to talk about mothers of adult children. And I want to talk about how hard it is to be a mom. I guess I want to talk about being a mom from being a young mom with kids underfoot, being, a mom of teenagers, being an adult, a mother of adult children. It's one of the most unique positions being a mom. When our kids are young, we're totally in charge. We control everything that the kids do because we should. We need to keep them safe and we need to keep them where they need to be. They need to be in school or doing their sports, all the things that the kids want to do. We oversee all of that. And it's like a full-time career. Even if you are a stay-at-home mom, or even if you work full-time on top of being a mom, it's another full-time job. I know for me, I made some financial sacrifices and stayed home for 17 years. And no judgment here. I mean, whatever people do is up to them, totally. That was just the decision I made. And I'm telling you this because I want to explain my story. I gave up. Okay, that sounds kind of rude, right? I gave up. But it must be a real thought because motherhood is hard, right? But for 17 years, my career was kids, laundry, cooking, keeping my home together, homework, school, PTA, all of those things, full-time career. And I never thought it would end. I knew that kids grow up and leave, but I hadn't experienced it yet. So it didn't feel real to me. It felt like it'll always be like this. And then one day, all of my kids, I had 3 kids in 4.5 years. So it happened pretty quickly. They transitioned, they were gone. And it was like, whoa. Well, actually, when mine were getting ready to go, they were all in high school. And it was like, okay, something's happening here. They have school, they have sports, they have their work. If they're working at a pizza place or whatever, they're gone a lot. All they need me for now is laundry and food. And maybe they ask me for, talk to me about some of their issues. But I'm much less needed. I'm realizing I'm much less needed than I have been for the first 15 years of this. And I started thinking, wow, things are changing here. And they really were changing. And then they transitioned they were adult children. They were gone. They're all living on their own. And it's like, the house is quiet. They don't need me much. So you see, what I'm trying to explain here is the transition that a mom goes through from a full-time career as a mom to, okay, now we're moms of teenagers, and that's a whole shit show of itself, right? It's so hard to be a mom of teenagers. I think it was one of the hardest times of my life. And then we transition to when they're gone and they're on their own. And, there's just so much change for us women, for us moms. And it's like, my God, my life is a full-time career as a mom. Then it starts to change. Then it's over. It's over. They are moved out. They are married. They're whatever. And they don't need me as much. They certainly don't need me on the day to day. So I think being a mom is one of the, greatest things in the world, but it's also one of the hardest. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that as you go through all the transitions of being a mom, take care of yourself. We really need to take care of ourselves emotionally because it's an emotional roller coaster. So call a therapist, have lunch with friends, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself and to be able to talk about some of this. I hear from women all the time. Some women, they all go to lunch and they talk about these things for real. And then other groups of women, they would never talk about the real. So if you're in a group where the women don't talk about the real, you could find another group, or you could try to start talking about these things with the women and see if maybe they respond. Maybe everybody just wants to talk about it and be there for each other and support each other through these transitions of being moms. Whether you're a young mom, mom of young kids, mom of teenagers, mom of adult children. We're all going through transition and we all need support. And we're also all going through emotions, and we're also all going through some grief, right? Because as the seasons change in our motherhood, there's grief. Like when the kids first leave for college, oh my God, that's like huge. It's the first time your child is living outside of a home that you live in. Maybe not. Maybe there are some situations where, shared parenting and things like that. I get that. But for me, my kids were home until they left. And once they left, it's heartbreaking. And I talk to moms all the time in my practice, moms of adult children. It's crushing. We share tears together in the office because I get it. I get it. So, moms, wherever you are in your mom life, make some time for yourself. Take care of you.